You know what that was? That was a fucking lie. You can't achieve anything. Nobody can. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Everybody in the world has limitations. No matter how hard I think about it, no matter how hard I practice, never be in the NBA because I'm a fat white guy, not a tall black guy. Like, do you remember that fat fucking dumb ugly kid who couldn't fucking catch a ball? You know those kids that are like if he was like 1 IQ smaller, he'd get benefits, but he's just on the border of retardation, right? That kid was told he could achieve anything. Right? You know what they should have done with that kid? They could have gone, "Oi, Kevin, you fat prick. Dig a fucking hole, you dumb cunt. All right, you fucked that up as well, but no one else wants to do it, so you got the gig, big boy." And while I'm at it, if you're a dumb, ugly cunt, and your wife or your husband's a dumb, ugly cunt, guess what your fucking kids are? Your kids are dumb, ugly cunts just like fucking you. Except they're fucking super concentrate dumb, ugly cunts. Because they come from both of you into a bottleneck of fucking retardation. But you still think they're the greatest things on it. You go to their soccer games. "Kick the ball, John. You're doing a good job. He's getting better." You should fucking lock that thing up. But it doesn't matter if you're an idiot and you're stupid and you can't fucking catch a ball and everything in your life is retarded, because you know you'll always be welcome with God.
Some people say we should drive smaller cars and economize oil and economize fuel that way on fuel. But we're never gonna drive smaller cars. We can't drive smaller cars because we have big fat kids. Big fat bloated fucking waddling Oompa Loompas, and you try wedging a pack of these mid-American monsters with their Cheetos and their Funyuns and their Game Boys and their $50,000 seats and helmets that they got to be lashed into before they can step outside in the yard. You try cramming them in the back seat of a Honda Civic, forget it. It ain't gonna happen, man. You need an SUV with the horsepower to haul these fat fucks up hills. That's just unfortunately the state of affairs in our country. Sad state of affairs is that we're fatter and fatter by the second, and instead of giving a shit about it, we just have stories about it every day. The obesity epidemic, we're all fat turds, and then what do people do? Sue McDonald's for making them fat. It's McDonald's fault. People suing McDonald's for making them fat. Could you imagine the balls it would take to waddle your bloated, sweating carcass into some ambulance chaser's office? Look at me. Look at what they did to me. Look at it. Look at what they did. Well, you have a hell of a case there, Weeble. You might want to not sit in my good...
Another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They're going to buy more. They're going to go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home. Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough. These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. They think of that as their national pride. It's their civic duty. Consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball. It's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, oh, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there. It's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind three things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here.
This war's kind of crazy to me because I don't know historically how we're going to talk about it. See, like my grandfather, he fought during the Second World War for the Japs, weirdly enough. No, for the Australians. He killed a lot of Japanese, hated them till he died. Love the food, hate the people, he used to say. What a complex man. And I used to love listening, when I was a kid, listening to him tell stories about killing Nazis. There was always something exciting about it, you know. I just don't know what I will tell my grandson about what's happened in history now. I imagine I'll be 80 years old, I'll be sitting in my chair, and my grandson will be out on the floor looking up at me adoringly, and I'll go, now, there used to be these people called Arabs, and they lived in the Middle East, or as you call it, the radiation zone. In 2020, President Macaulay Culkin got really upset with the Arabs and he nuked them all. But what Macaulay Culkin and the rest of the Americans hadn't realised was that China had slowly but surely become the superpower of the world. So while the Americans were nuking the Arabs, the Chinese nuked the Americans. And that's why we have no Americans and no Arabs. And then my grandson will look up at me and go, Masha Ba'wa. You know what I like about that joke? It has the feel of racism, but you can't pick the exact moment. Well, you know it is. It's definitely racist.
And mankind became stupider at a frightening rate. Some had high hopes that genetic engineering would correct this trend in evolution. But sadly, the greatest minds and resources were focused on conquering hair loss and prolonging erections. Meanwhile, the population exploded and intelligence continued to decline until humanity was incapable of solving even its most basic problems, like garbage, which had been stacked for centuries with no plan whatsoever, leading to the great garbage avalanche of 2505, which would set in motion the events that would change the world forever.